Greetings and welcome to the Contracting Guy. I am the Contracting Guy. I'm here to answer your questions. I'm here on location in wonderful Hell, Michigan. But before I begin with the questions, I have a couple shout outs. One is to Leslie Maxim, my president and #1 fan in Connecticut. Way to go, Leslie. The second is to Eric Coffey, who does a wonderful podcast about contracting. He's a great educator and can share a whole bunch of good information to small businesses. So if you don't know about it, which I'm surprised because he's known everywhere it seems, reach out to him and listen to his podcast. It's on YouTube. I have a veteran who sent in the following email. He says, "Hey, Contracting Guy, my name is Tom, and I'm from Niceville, Florida, and I have a question. I hear about debriefings. What do you mean by debriefings?" Well, Tom from Niceville, Florida, I'll answer that in just a moment. All right, Tom from Niceville, Florida, let me share some things with you. First off, we're going to talk about debriefings in a very superficial overview fashion. So we're not going to get in the weeds. We'll talk about that at some later episode. But suffice it to say, debriefings are necessary for the contractor or the offeror to get good information from the contracting officer. To get good information, you must have good questions to ask. Now, the contracting officer will already have a laundry list of things that they can share. That's already shared in FAR Part 15, 505, and FAR Part 15, 506. So that's what they're going to tell you, but they're not going to tell you everything. So good questions by you can help. There's things that they're not going to say, and that's also addressed in those parts of the Federal Acquisition Regulation. But what is important takeaway for you, or a good thing to know, is a debriefing is a form of communication that allows for a better understanding by you of your offer, of how there might have been some confusion, and how to prepare yourself for the next opportunity that is available. So it is, in many ways, it's forward thinking. Debriefing should always be taken, preferably, if at all possible, face-to-face. You want to create the relationship, a good relationship, with the contracting officer. If you go to a debriefing with your lawyers, generally speaking, when the contracting officer asks, "Who are these people?" they're going to kind of bristle at the notion that you brought your lawyers for a general let's talk about stuff meeting. Usually lawyers are brought to the table when protests are being contemplated, or if you felt that you're severely wronged. In most cases, almost all cases, that's not the case. The contracting officer just wants to share with you why you didn't win or why you were not selected. So they want to be able to walk through some things with you. Now, there's two types of debriefings. One is a pre-award debriefing, and the other one is a post-award debriefing. The pre-award debriefing occurs pre-award. Occurs when the government is reducing its size of competitors. They call it reducing the competitive range. So they're making the competitive range from, let's say, 10 down to 5. So they got to get rid of 5. Well, if you're one of those 5s, they'll offer you a debriefing. I do share with you that if given a choice, take the later debriefing, the post-award. It's much more beefier. Let's see here. With the post-award debriefing, it has more information. It shares more. It still doesn't, you can't go in there complaining and moaning about the person who won or why you were the next best thing since sliced bread, because that is not the purpose of the debriefing. There you go and ask, what can you do? Where were the deficiencies, the weaknesses, significant deficiencies, and what were good things? What are the things that you liked about my proposal? And also, what opportunities are there available in the future, perhaps? Now, they don't have to answer, but that doesn't mean you can't ask. So they might even cough up an idea or two for you. So here's a takeaway. Always take a debriefing, preferably face-to-face. Be prepared that it is there to give you information that tells you where you're weak at. Now, if you're like anybody else, you're going to think that, well, we're the best thing. But if you're being given a debriefing for non-selection, someone was better. This is not the time to complain about them. It's the time to reflect on you. So Tom in Niceville, Florida, I hope that's given you a sort of an overview of debriefings. We will go into the weeds a little bit later on another episode on the specifics of debriefings, the post-award, the pre-award debriefings, respectively, as well as competitive range. I hope that helps. This is the Contracting Guy. I'm out. Thank you for watching the Contracting Guy. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. We'd appreciate that. This is the Contracting Guy. I'm out.